Welcome to Dodgers Daily. Casey Porter here. So glad you decided to tune in. Fans, today we have a very special guest, a young man who just came into the system a couple weeks ago at the trade deadline, James Tibbs III. James, thank you so much for joining me.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me.
First of all, I wanted to ask you about your background in Marietta, Georgia, talk about that, but then also your time at Florida State. You got to play with a couple guys that are in the system now, Wyatt Crowell, and then also Cam Leiter. So talk about that.
Yeah, from Marietta, got a little sister, and we just grew up around sports, both of us, and playing whatever was in season. And you know, the beautiful part about Marietta is East Cobb baseball is located with about 10 minutes from us. So grew up kind of in, you know, what I would consider the mecca of summer baseball, and you know, it was a blast being there, man. Like, couldn't have asked for anything better from a baseball perspective. And you know, went to Florida State, got to play with Wyatt. Wyatt was a year older than me, so got to play with him for his last 2 years, and my first two, and had a blast, man. He's a special arm, and you know, getting to play with him was so much fun to be around. He was actually my first college at bat, and let me tell you, that was not a great introduction. Obviously saw Cam Leiter as well, and guy's got electric stuff, man. Like, just top to bottom, every pitch, he tunnels it well. He knows how to, pitch, locate, everything, across the board is really good in my opinion. And so excited for him as he kind of continues to recover and get back to from I guess it was labor surgery, and hoping that that recovery is going well. I haven't talked to him in a week or two, but I'm sure he's doing just fine, getting everything going. So
was it one of your first calls whenever you got traded to the Dodgers?
Wyatt was my first, like one of my first texts, and Cam wasn't too far behind him. So pretty funny to kind of see how things kind of transition there.
So you've had a full plate in terms of learning the business side of baseball. You've been drafted twice. You chose to go pro after your career at Florida State. You've been traded twice. You got drafted by the Giants. You're in the Rafael Devers deal. Then you're with the Red Sox, and you got traded over for the Dustin May deal. So the business side, man, you've gotten really familiar with that.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, I think I think people they don't see this side of baseball, right? They don't see the personal side of baseball. They just see the names pop up on their screen and they go about their day. But it's hard. Like, I think me, Zach, and I both have experienced it, and we've kind of relied on each other a little bit, and it's been tough. Like, it's something that you don't necessarily ever expect, and when you see that name light up on your phone, it's a pretty gut-wrenching feeling. I'm gonna be honest with you. So obviously I'm really happy to be here. Like, I couldn't ask for a better org. Guys that they know how to coach, they know how to win, and they expect the best out of you, and they're going to help you get the best out of yourself. And so super excited about that, and I feel like the Lord put me right where I need to be. So super excited to be here for sure.
So you're known for your hit tool, no doubt about that. You've always been able to hit. You're very analytical with your hit tool, but you're also a great athlete. Do you kind of feel like because you've been such a good hitter that maybe your athletic ability has gotten overlooked over the years?
I don't know. I don't think athletic is ever something that described me. Maybe my sister, but no. I mean, I think that I think I'm surprising. I guess I don't think I'm a top-notch athlete by any stretch of the imagination, but I think that I can do things well or better than people would necessarily give me credit for, and it's definitely helped me. It's definitely a blessing to have the coaches and the staff that have helped me get to this point. I would be remiss if I didn't mention those people and how they've helped me develop in my career as far as just not being a hitter, but being an all-around athlete and be able to make the most of whatever or wherever I am. And so I think that I'm definitely not fast. I'm definitely not the most athletic, but I think that I do a good job of maximizing what I do have.
You're very analytical, so there's just however much information you want at your fingertips. So kind of how do you incorporate analytics into, I know you're also big field heavy, so what's the balance there for you with analytics and field? Yeah,
I mean, I don't really necessarily get into the analytics myself. More or less, like my kind of idea is, hey, this feels weird. What do the numbers say? And kind of work off that. Like, there's charts and numbers and graphs for everything, in sports. And so being able to pair the understanding of what's going on with how I feel has been a huge, asset for me getting into pro ball. And not to say we didn't have that in college, but I think it's progressed to a degree that is extremely overwhelming. But when you use it in the right ways,
Yeah.
it's extremely rewarding to see the process and the results come through. Because at the end of the day, the way I kind of put it is, at the end of the day, when I get in the box, I'm just going to be me, right? And whatever the numbers and stuff says is a testament to the work we've put in, previously. And so I do hope that the analytics back that up and can say that I'm doing a good job. But at the end of the day, like, numbers don't tell everything, and numbers do tell the truth at the same time. So it's definitely a very, there's definitely a balance to using both. And I think that as I continue to progress, I'll learn more about that moving forward.
So last question here for Dodgers fans that are just getting familiar with your game. Can you kind of describe what type of hitter you consider yourself to be? What type of player overall?
Oh man, I think the number one thing for me is like the two things that I really really find important in my game is swing decisions and contact rate.
Yeah.
And I think that I think I do a good job at those. I think that those are two things, regardless of how my swing feels or whatever. Like I pride myself on making sure that I'm still being a competitor in the box. I think like I haven't had my best stuff this year, to be quite honest with you. Like I felt really, really bad most of the year, and could be first year in pro ball, could be a number of different things, could be whatever. But I feel like I've done a decent job at competing. Obviously from a number standpoint, it's not what I want. It's not who I am. But I think that I've done a good job of just trying to go up there and just fight through everything that's going on, because it's tough, man. This game stinks. So, to be honest with you, it's hard. And finding ways to compete and just make the most of whatever you get is something that I hope that I do, well, and I hope that other people can see that as well. So, while I might not blow you away with the stuff that I produce, day in, day out, I feel like that I'm a consistent guy, somebody that can play the game at a high level and hopefully compete for a long time.
Dad, grandpa, great-grandpa. Is that right?
What's that?
We're the James Tibbs III?
Dad and grandfather.
Grandfather.
So
yeah.
I'm the
I
third.
can't do math if you can tell you.
No, yeah, I'm the third of them.
Yeah.
So two great people. That's why I wear the third on my back, is because I want to represent those two people, and they mean so much to me in my life. And so my grandfather's 90.
Oh,
and,
wow.
Him being able to see games,
Nice.
and see me play and represent him as much as anybody. First, my Lord and Savior, and Jesus, and those two men as well. It means a lot to me, and to wear Tibbs on my back is something that I'll never take for granted.
Awesome deal. James Tibbs III, what an honor to get to meet you.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.